Okay, y'all. I got to get this off my chest. I cannot hold on to it anymore. I need to verbalize it so that I can process it better. Okay. And sometimes you get an aha moment as you're talking about something, all right? Okay, so, oh man. Excuse me. All right, so you guys know I go dancing and I have a good time and I go by myself and, I don't, um, I do almost everything alone. I used to be more social and that just started getting on my nerves because people are petty and they're gossipy, and it just gets to the point where I'm like, it's so much more peaceful when I go by myself. So anyway, um, I go dancing, I have a good time and the whole bit, and I have started to get to know get to know some of the people personally there and that kind of thing. It's a classy bar. It's not a meat market where you go to pick up a piece of butt for the night. It's not one of those, okay? It's very classy, a lot of professional type people and that kind of thing. And, just to be transparent, I don't really date, well, I don't date anybody, but I really, really backed off of dating men of color because they're persistent as hell, they're aggressive as hell, and I don't like that. I don't like to be approached in an aggressive manner. I'm not a deer, don't hunt me. I've said that before. I'm not a rabbit, don't hunt me. Don't be a predator. I don't like that. Um, so I've dated majority of the time I've dated, white guys. Oh god, I'm starting to slow down. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. So, you know, again, the aggression, right? So, a couple of weeks ago, I was there dancing at, where I go, and there was a black guy there with his, I don't know if it's his son or whoever it is. Okay. And I asked the son to dance it because he was just sitting there the whole time. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna let you just sit here. You need to dance. And he didn't want to, and he felt awkward now, that kind of thing. So he didn't. And I danced with the older guy. He's a black guy, and they're both, men of color, they're black. And so I danced with him a couple of times and all of that. Um, I have to be careful with it because, with guys who are very uh, pushy about getting with me, they see the dance almost as a date. Like, oh, she's letting me in her personal space and we're dancing and we're in each other's bubble. And so therefore I can just make all kind of moves. Slow down, brother. This isn't an engagement. This is just dancing. We're not engaged. We're not planning our wedding. Freaking chill. I don't like that. So anyway, he danced and everything was cool, but I slowly backed off of him because I didn't want him getting the wrong idea and I didn't want him getting ideas, period. So I backed off of him. I've just had bad experiences. Can you tell? So the last time I was there, nope. The time before the last time that I was there, um, we danced like we did last time and everything, and he wanted to dance more, and that was cool because the songs were hopping, everything was cool. But then he wants to, um I got the distinct impression that he wanted to make a move, and so I kind of backed off of him and, you know, I basically went to the other side of the bar. Um, and I was sitting with these people that I had met before. Good God, the itching of this poison ivy is freaking horrific right now. Oh my God, the itching is horrific. it did well all day, and now it's decided to be my worst nightmare. I got some medicine that works very well for the itch, though, but oh my God, you're killing me. Okay, so anyway, so I was sitting with I was sitting with people that I had met like a month and a half ago or something like that, and it was mixed company, so it was men and women. So he doesn't know, what's going on with that. Well, he was looking for me because he didn't know where I went. All right. So it was awkward as hell because you could just walk up to the bar and get your drink and then go back to the section that you were at, which is what I expected him to do. But he made it obvious what he was trying to do because he went up to the bar, he already had a drink, and then he walked the floor looking for me. And then he just stood there awkwardly looking in my direction. And it's so obvious what he's doing. And it's awkward as hell for me because you're not even going to be smooth about it. You're just going to stand there in an awkward position and just stare at who I'm with or whatever. I don't like that. And I'm going to tell you, I just watched a video right now, just a few minutes ago. The lady's name is Susan Winter. Smart lady. I think this is like the second time I might have watched something from her or something. I don't know. Anyway, smart lady. And she said this, and this was a key point. My God, this is such a key point. She said, this is not just for women, but this is for men too. Okay. Again, her name is Susan Winter. She said, guys, don't come on too strong because if you go in, I'm going to I'm going to say hunt mode. You go in predator mode or you go in hunt mode, get that operation, get that girl, and you haven't even had warm up conversations with this person. She said, you have to put your pennies in the bank before you can pull anything out. You've got to put money in. And that's basically what she's saying. Like, you have these small conversations. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I'm doing great. And that's it. And then you see the person the next time. Hey, how you doing? How's your weekend? Or you have any plans for the weekend? So it's little by little by little. It's not, I met you twice and now I'm in hunt mode. I'm in target mode. Operation Get That Girl, corner her or anything, not really corner her, but she gets the feeling that you're cornering her because you're making it obvious that you want to pounce. That makes people nervous. It makes them get the hell away from you. It makes them ask a guy, and yes, I've had to do this before. I asked a guy friend of mine, we went to a bar a long time ago, and we weren't involved with each other. We were strictly friends. And I said, no, let's see. Did I ask him to act like he was my boyfriend? I think I did because the guy wasn't, again, I danced with him. So he thinks that we're planning our wedding. It's practically, we're a relationship now. It's like weird as hell. And so, what was it? Uh, I remember saying when I used to go to the pool at the college in the town I used to live in. And the dynamic that we had there was not, we go there to max somebody. That was never anybody's goal there. If it was anybody's goal, they were super laid back and super chill. They weren't making somebody feel cornered. I mean, you don't freaking want to do that. Stop this shit. Anyway, so this guy comes strolling in there with his little Speedo on, and believe me, it was little. He just wants to show off as much as he's got. And it's like weird. Like, why are you doing that? And then he starts trying to mac me just because I'm a female. You know what, guys? Another thing too is women want to have they want to have conversations with you without you macking them. They want you to treat them like a human being, not a woman. Okay? You don't mac men right away, or unless you're into men, but you have normal conversations with men. Well, women sometimes want normal conversations too. We don't want you to automatically say hi and wiggle your eyebrows like, hey, because it's creepy. It's freaking creepy. And it makes her on it puts her on high alert. I mean, come on. So when Susan said that, you got to put your pennies in the bank before you take money out. I totally agree. And that's why I feel so awkward around this guy, because we have never had a conversation. We have never had a, so where are you from or anything like that. And I don't mind having a conversation with somebody, but I don't want you taking it too far, because I'm going to have to tell you, I got to be honest with you. I'm not looking for anything like that, you know. But I don't even feel comfortable saying that because we've never even had a real conversation. You just danced with me twice or three times or four times, whatever the case is, and now you think, oh my, ooh, and it's creepy as hell. Stop this shit. You don't know what page I'm on. You don't know if you're not even trying to have a conversation to feel if there's any energy coming from me to you. You just gonna go for the gold. Mother, look, don't, don't. Mother pucker, don't do it. I don't like that. Be normal. Have a normal conversation. How are you? I noticed the book you're reading. I've read that book before. It's interesting. Or, oh, I didn't know you were into that. I don't, you know, whatever the case is. Would you like to have coffee sometime? I hope I'm not being too forward. That's always a good one. But talk to the person first. Get a feel for them. Get a feel for them. And just because somebody is nice to you, that doesn't mean they want you, okay? Stop this crap. Men and women both. Just because somebody is nice to you, it does not give you the right, nor does it give you permission to start macking them. Cut this shit out. Stop it. Everybody don't want you. Everybody don't want me. And that's perfectly fine. In fact, I love it when people don't want me, because I have not macked anybody in I don't even know how long. I've been single for 5 years. Single for 5 freaking years. Okay? A manipulationship is not a relationship. It is a manipulationship. So I've been single for 5 years, and I enjoy being single because I don't have to deal with petty little arguments over stupidness. I don't have to deal with things that I enjoy being snatched away from me just because the person is twisted in their head and they have a sadistic mentality. I'm gonna take away things you like because I like it when people are in pain. I don't have to deal with that freaking bullshit. I don't have to deal with that. And it's beautiful and it's peaceful and it's wonderful and I love it. And when you start getting on me, like, we're not going to have a conversation. We're going straight to the Mac mode. You freak me the hell out. I want to avoid you at all costs. I want to ask a guy who's not there with his girlfriend. He might be there with his guy friend or whatever, and ask, I hope you guys don't mind. A guy is bugging me tonight. Can I kind of hang with you all? I shouldn't have to be in that position where I have to ask somebody I don't know, do you mind if I sit at your table with you? Do you mind if I hang with y'all? I shouldn't have to be put in that position. I'm only here to have a good time. I am not here to get a boyfriend. I'm not here to get laid. I'm not here to have a relationship with nobody. I'm not here to be hunted, you know. And some people get violent when you, not necessarily violent, but they get mean and nasty. Some people may get violent if you reject them. So you have to be careful. Um, there was one lady, I watched a video where a couple of women talked about rejecting men and how mean the men got. One of them was hitting on this girl online, and she just said she's not interested. And he ignored that, and the next day he was all over her again because they just don't get it. And she cut and paste what she said yesterday, the day before, I'm not interested. And he said, well, he's a fitness guy, and she's got a little bit of round, she's got a little bit of weight to her. She admitted it. She came out and said, face it, I'm fat. Well, I'm not going to say that because that's rude, but she's got more to hug. Let's just put it that way. And he decided to be, when she rejected his ego, he goes, well, you're fat. Why would I want to go out with you anyway? You can't think I was serious. Wow. So you're revealing who you truly are. Very good. She made the right choice from the start. Another woman said she rejected a guy, and He said, "Well, you look like a," what did he say? "You look like a drag queen anyway." See what I'm saying? And you wonder why you get rejected all the time. Probably because you need to get busted in your mouth because you don't know how to talk to people. And whatever anger and resentment you have in your head, or you don't have luck with women, let me give you some advice. You're the reason, you're the common denominator, okay? Misogyny is not cute. It doesn't make women hot for you. Cut the shit. All right? But I got this aha moment when Susan said, you got to put money in the bank. You have to have these small conversations before you build up to trying to get with this person. You can't just go, "Hi, how are you? Can I get your number?" What? This person doesn't know you. What are you doing? Feel the person's energy, read their body language. And like I said, and I'll say it again, God dang it, just because someone's nice to you, it doesn't mean they want you. Okay? They don't want to do you. They don't want a relationship with you. They don't want to hold hands under the goddamn moonlight. Chill the freaking hell out, man. Chill out. Women who are aggressive, same thing goes to you. If he's not interested, leave him the hell alone. Leave him the hell alone. I'm going to tell you this quick thing and then I'm going to go. I used to think the DJ was cute. Now I don't pay his ass no mind, but because he has a girlfriend and I'm cool with that. And some men are egotistical to the point where they think that if you inquire about, oh, y- you're a cutie, you got a girlfriend, or are you involved with somebody, or whatever, you'd be flirty with them, or whatever the case is. If a guy's not interested or he's seeing someone from that point on, because he know that you like him, and I've been through this a couple of times, because he knows that you used to like him, his ego, which is massive, has led him to believe that you can't get over him. So from that point on, when he said I have a girlfriend, or I'm not really interested, or whatever, he thinks that you strung out on him. I don't know why the fuck people think that, but they think you strung out. I'm not strung out on you, fool. When you said that you're not interested, I'm over it. So anyway, the DJ's always, from that point on, he's been really snooty towards me. Like his nose is up in the air. So I started ignoring him and or just nod my head or whatever and barely acknowledge him because I don't need his ego to tell him that, oh man, she's strung out on you. She cries herself to sleep every night thinking about you. Boy, please, you ain't, look, you are you're so far in the rearview mirror. Don't, please don't let your ego make you think that I can't live without you. Please don't. I'm over it, really. And then you've got that snotty little attitude afterwards. Like you're lucky anybody likes your ass. Let's just be honest. So anyway, he did something that was totally messed up a couple weeks ago. Which he got embarrassed for that, and I thought that was hilarious. That's what you get for being a prick. Anyway, so I asked him, I was trying to be nice, I'm trying to behave and not be snotty back to him. I said, can you play Conga by Miami Sound Machine? And he had this weird look on his face, which is unprofessional, by the way. It ain't about you, bitch. It's about your audience. I didn't say that, but that look was totally unnecessary. So anyway, he's such a snot. Oh, God. He looked at me like, ugh, like, what kind of song is that? He played it for about, I don't know, a few minutes, and then he mixed it with a whole bunch of other crap, and he totally ruined the song because he didn't want to play the song in the first place. I was really pissed off and I was really disgusted. I will never ask him to play another song again, ever. I have been through this with a little bastard from the meetup group, and I used to think he was cool, and I realized that he really isn't. And, you know, I don't know. He's another one that's been kind of a snotty little attitude ever since I used to like him. Well, then when I see that attitude, I want to kick myself for even think that you're cool in the first place. So a couple of times he snapped on me for no reason, and the last time he snapped, I don't remember what triggered it. I think he said something snarky, as usual. And I said, we were texting. I blocked him ever since. But anyway, we were texting and he goes, I don't remember. I gotta be honest with you. I don't remember what the hell he said, but it pissed me off. And I said, let me tell you something right now. I said, I don't remember how I worded it. I said something along the lines of, you get angry. Oh, you're moody, you're angry, and defensive. People don't like that. That's not cool. It doesn't draw people to you. So you might want to pay attention to that. And then I blocked him. I didn't even wait for his response. So that's another thing, man. Just because she thinks you're cute or she thought you were nice, don't get a pissy attitude from here on out, because you better be glad with that nasty little pissy attitude. You better be glad she ever thought you were, she confused herself with thinking that you're a nice person in the first place. You better be glad anybody likes you with that stinky attitude. All right. So I don't look, I try to avoid people. I think they're complicated as hell. They can't just breathe and chill the hell out. They always have to have a side angle or some plan, sideways plan or something. Just stop this. Stop. Stop. Don't make life a lot more difficult than it has to be. Okay? Don't. And just because somebody used to like you, it doesn't mean they're strung out on you and they're drowning themselves in beer or wine or whatever it is that they drink all night. They're drowning in their alcohol and they're crying tears of hysteria because you won't go out with them. Believe me, if they're a mature adult, when you said you weren't interested or you said you were married or you said you were involved with somebody, believe me, they got over it. Don't you even think for 2 seconds, male or female, don't you even think that that person is strung out on your ass just because they came onto you once. Don't let your ego block your common sense, which common sense isn't common. Anyway, much love. Y'all be cool.